there was a young attractive couple getting busy.
Range Wilson.
While I was living at Skipper Bob's house, my day job and long commute took up all of my weekdays, but I continued to play online poker on the weekends. I took advantage of my staking deal with Skipper Bob to play a series of high buy and multi-table tournaments. Over time, I made a few deep runs, which earned us a small profit. But then I hit a big score. I took clear first in one of the tournaments for a profit of $5,000. I got half of that amount, which was $2,500. Flush with cash for the first time in a long time, I paid my own way into a tournament the next day, and I won that one as well, for a profit of over $6,000. In just 2 days, my bankroll had gone from a few $100s to over $9,000. For the first time in my poker career, I had gotten boom switched instead of doom switched. I did not have to think very hard about my next move. The long commute into work made it a very easy decision for me to give my 2 weeks notice when I got to work Monday morning. My plan was to continue to live at Skipper Bob's, playing poker and working on my screenplays, just like I had been doing in Las Vegas. I would also try to have some fun along the way. I started off by catching up with my friends Kelly and Brian, who were hosting a picnic at the polo field at Will Rogers State Park in Santa Monica. Of course, we played frisbee instead of polo. Then I took a drive to Las Vegas to catch up with Irie Guy, Sean, and the rest of the crew. It turned out to be a mellow trip. Given that the feds had cracked down on online poker, nobody was in the mood to spend a bunch of money on some crazy adventure. But I was not ready to give up on adventures completely. When I got back to Southern California, I took a drive down to San Onofre Beach to get naked. The park rangers had been cracking down on frisky behavior on the beach because if the politicians got word of any hijinks, they were likely to ban nudity completely. In fact, despite the efforts of the park rangers, just such a ban occurred not too long afterwards. But at the time, those who were opposed to any restrictions on their behavior had another option, Camp Pendleton. This U.S. Marine base shared a coastline with San Onofre Beach. There was a fence prohibiting entry onto Camp Pendleton, but it was a simple matter to step around it. Then you would find yourself with miles of uncrowded, unspoiled beach, with nobody to tell you what you could or could not do. Nobody, that is, except the Marines themselves. They would periodically sweep the beach to clear off any intruders. It was, after all, a military base, and they had to maintain some level of security and safety. The afternoon I decided to visit San Onofre, the Marines were just finishing up such a sweep. It was quite the scene watching them herd a bunch of naked people past the fence and back onto the main beach. Among the people returning to the main beach was a very attractive and very frisky young couple. I took the opportunity to chat with them about the crackdown. Meanwhile, the young lady flirted shamelessly with me. As she arranged their belongings on the sand, she positioned her naked body in various provocative poses, often only a few inches from my naked body. But I resisted the temptation to take things further. The beach was crowded from all the returning nudists, and I was in no mood to make a spectacle of myself. Meanwhile, the San Onofre Rangers might very well be on the lookout, and I had no interest in an expensive ticket or a court date. So I said my goodbyes and headed back to a less crowded part of the beach. Later, as the sun was setting, I decided to head over to Camp Pendleton myself to see what I could see. Sure enough, there was a young attractive couple getting busy, doggy style. As I strolled past, the young lady in question stared at me wide-eyed the entire time. I was not sure if she was inviting me to join in, but I decided not to try to find out. I did not need the U.S. Marines all up in my business. Tune in next time to find out what happened when I gave in to temptation with a different couple. Until then, regular viewers, please like, comment, and/or share. New viewers, please click the icon to subscribe, the playlist to catch up on my life videos, or watch a video that YouTube has picked for you personally. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.